Hey guys, it's James with Turo Tales, where we tell tales about Turo and the people that we meet. We had a fantastic renter return this car, and I've got some information about that. But I wanted to show you what he left us with. Texas Cowboy Poetry Gathering, 32nd year. He was from Canada, came down here, rented our car, returned it, was great. But today we are very excited because it is March, which means we have our February earnings report. This month, obviously, it's a shorter month. We didn't have as many rentals in this vehicle, and that was due to a death in our family. My grandfather passed away. We ended up using this van to take on the road trip to go up there to be there for the funeral. That threw some numbers that we thought maybe it's not going to be as good. First of all, because it's a shorter month, we get 3 less days or 2 less days, and so that was something that we were maybe a little bit concerned with. But we shouldn't have been, because this month was our best month that we've had so far. These are our vehicles, and you go to earnings, and you got an earnings report. All right, so here they are, earnings report for February. So far for the year, we're at 2,734, but February, you can see that uptrend is awesome, right? So we're trending up every single month, partly because we're adding more vehicles to the platform, and partly because we know what we're doing better, and that's what you're going to find as you're doing this. You're just going to get better at your system, whatever that system is. But let's go show you the numbers really quick here, and then we'll have another video talking about more of the business side of things. 1347 was the total earnings for all vehicles. If we look at the Dodge Grand Caravan, it was 196 last month. This van, which keep in mind we had it off for 8 days, we only earned 320. So even though this is kind of or has historically been our biggest earner, and gets the bulk of the money, it's certainly our most expensive car. It's the only car we have we didn't pay cash for. But you can see it was not a great month, and that's partly because we were gone. I'll tell you, this month has already exceeded that, not with this one rental for $88, but in the fact that we already have it booked for 2 weeks consecutive, so it should be a much better month. Ford Taurus last month was awesome, $479 on a car that we've had for years and years and years, and Turo's already paid for it multiple times. And then the Scion TC, this is always our most popular car, and you can see last month $352. That has us paying off this car in 5.5 months, so that's muy bueno. Already this month we're at $97. You'll notice there's a new car in the lot. So we got us a Ford Escape, 2009. No earnings. We just barely listed it. But so far, February 2018, it's been a great year. It's been huge. We're really excited to have another addition to our fleet. Paid cash for it. Turo's still working out for us. We're still ramping it up. Really, someone asked me this question the other day. Aren't you afraid that the market will become saturated? First of all, that's not the case here in El Paso at all. It's almost an untapped market, and there's so many more El Pasos throughout the country where this is not a thing. If you're not in a San Francisco or an LA, a Boston, a Chicago, if you're not in those major city centers, really people just don't know about Turo. So he asked me, my buddy, he said, so how will you know when you kind of get saturated? Well, I told him there's 2 ways. First of all, am I still making money on my cars? That's simple. If the money I have coming in is more than the money I have going out, I'm profitable. Now, you can argue, well, how profitable are you, and is it worth your time? But I enjoy it. It's a hobby. I like having a bunch of cars, and I enjoy building something from nothing at kind of this almost no risk. The other thing, the bigger thing, are there rental companies out in your town? And how many are there? We have dozens of rental companies all throughout the city. If they're still in business, then you still have a market, right? Otherwise, they would be gone. Turo is amazing in a lot of ways. It does have one or two drawbacks from the big rental companies. The big thing is just getting a car back in a condition where you don't care about it. And some people like that. Some people like being able to just trash somebody else's vehicle. That's not the kind of people we've met so far on Turo. And the people we've met have been amazing, and we appreciate them for renting from us. But really, as long as there's other rental companies that are doing businesses, and they just added more cars here. They have literally thousands of cars that they're renting out here in El Paso. My service is better than their service. So if they're still in your town, it's not saturated. Until their competition is gone, you still have plenty of time to get it on Turo. I think that the sharing community, ride sharing, car sharing, house sharing, tool sharing now, I think that is the wave of the future. We don't use our vehicles nearly as much as we think we do. Get out there. If you have questions or comments, leave them below, please. And we really appreciate it when you subscribe. It helps us out. If it's useful to you, then please think about subscribing. And if you have questions or things you want to see, just leave it below. We'll definitely get to it. Thanks, guys. James with Turo, and stay classy.